Hey everybody, welcome to the Morning Vol Report. It's Ian Giovinazzi filling in for Mark Sebastian. You can see that handsome fella right here on BNN from yesterday. Also check out our blog, our Morning Vol Reports, also Mark on Kramer, and his free book on the VIX. So if you're confused about the VIX and how it works, we are the place for all of that. You can check out our store, all kinds of useful things on actually how the VIX works, how it measures, how it trades, what makes the options function. We also have a bunch of stuff on our YouTube channel. Go to YouTube and just look for Option Pit. Lots of great stuff. Subscribe, all that. So you can keep your learning, right? Taking our classes usually saves people money because it saves you mistakes. Anyway, so we'll have another Saturday class probably after Labor Day. Haven't decided on the topic yet, but we're always taking requests. And with that, what's going on? Well, let's just talk about the stock that will not stop. Tesla. We'll look at some trades in there, but it's a stock that looks like it's not going to go away. And it appears, at least for now, the new Model 3, maybe everybody's excited. I don't know, but it's not going away. And volatility again here is still relatively high. So we'll look at some possible vol selling plays. There probably is a short-term vol selling play in here, so we'll take a look at that because now the vol is down here into like the mid-30s or something. So there's still quite a bit of volatility, even though Tesla's still in the $300 range. The vol's not going away, so there's pretty good premium selling ops if we could find something decent in there. I know Mark will look today in our chat room. Also, Apple. I think it is like the rest of the Qs, although I've loved the Qs for the whole year, at least, or more. It just looks like, they're just running out of gas. As far as we need some upside catalyst. Apple had great earnings. I believe, I know we traded an all-time high because we traded, 159 pre-open or 158 in the after hours, the day of earnings. So there's, it is running. I think put spreads in there are actually a decent sale. 20 volatility in Apple historically is still, it is not a bad level for Apple. It's not a bad level, even with earnings coming out. So what I would say is you still have pretty decent volatility in this product. So the big question, like with Tesla, Apple, even Google to some extent, is we haven't had that vol really pull back hard on these technology shares. So there might be a little bit of worry in the market still, as far as there might not be a lot of volatility in VIX, but there's still a little bit of latent vol in technology stocks. That premium generally after earnings is pretty good to sell. We'll look at a bullish play in Square today. The earnings killed it, but they didn't like it. It looked good after hours, why not? But we'll still take a look at that. Again, decent volatility in here. The next one is RUT. And this is kind of the market where I'm starting to think, we've got a little bit of lift in volatility in Russell. It's been sort of pulling back. I think mostly because of oil, small banks and stuff are just basically stop moving up. And now you've got a little bit of vol. This probably is setting up for an iron condor, some kind of a protected iron condor, maybe with VIX call spread, something like that. But you actually have some vol to sell in here now. So I think, iron condor type trade, something of that nature, maybe even a good butterfly, a good iron butterfly could work now. You got a little bit of lift and vol. The market's running out of steam, and you're really looking for things kind of just to peter here and die as we go into the end of, as the summer, as we wind into August, a relatively slow period. So historically, that August period, every once in a while, coming out of August, there's a little bit of vol. So again, if maybe selling SEP options, right? You're getting a little more vol than normal. Not a ton. We're not anywhere near the lows we were at. Maybe that 60-day sweet spot for vol. Sell some premium in there, and you're closing it at the end of August before everybody starts to get nervous around September, October again. But for the most part, earnings have been great. VIX. The only thing I can say about VIX is it is. I don't want fundamentals. Last thing, it is unbelievably. Let's just call it normal. We're getting a little lift on today. The market selling off small, not much. Not much is happening one way or the other. And we had kind of a crush in vol futures into Apple earnings, and now they're starting to put a little bit of vol back in. Not quite sure what they're looking for forward, but just VIX is getting a little bit of a lift, and with it, all of the vol products are getting a little bit of a lift. So very, what I would just say, healthy contango. With 2 weeks to go for our August cycle, $1 over is kind of fairish. So there is nothing, let's just call it remarkable about VIX right now, even though it's still at a relatively low levels. With the market kind of stopping its advance, we're not going to get VIX into the 9s anymore. So we need a little bit of lift in VIX to actually get lower. So the vol products themselves are probably going to hang around a little bit. It's going to be hard for them to move down hard, but they can start to decay again if the market kind of just sits here. Eventually, they're going to. As far as just a quick downside, we could see if there's any plays that develop in any of the vol products. But for right now, they're all kind of like iffy. I think maybe Russell, something where there's some actual vol you can sell looks a little better. All right, and with that. Mark will be in the chat room this morning. I'll see you guys later.